Namaste, Pranam, Salam, and a big warm welcome to one and all. My name is Rahul Manjal. I'm a radio jock. And they always say that any event that you start off with something inspiring, something motivating. But I don't have a single quote with me right now. I have no examples because I need none. Look around you. If you are looking out for inspiration, look to the gentleman or the lady to your right or to your left and take a moment to shake hands with them. Yes, I'm asking you to do this. Shake hands with the person on your right and left, and let's celebrate this moment together. Take a deep breath, enjoy this moment, and do this for you and your team. Ladies and gentlemen, you are our true inspiration, and let me celebrate this moment together with JNPA Commemorates 34 years of excellence. Let's have a huge round of applause for each and every one of you present here this lovely evening. I'm Rahul Manjal, and it's an honor and privilege to be a part of this most historic event. Look around you. The best of the best in the industry are with us this lovely evening at the most historic venue ever. It's looking so beautiful tonight. But we need to celebrate some really amazing moments that have gone by. The first vessel that reached at JNPA port. The first article that was published about JNPA. The inauguration of the port. I could go on and on, but I'm not going to take any further time. And yes, we have a lot of surprises. We have the awards lined up for you. But before I start off with anything, it's time for, yes, we've seen a little bit about the past. It's also time to reflect about the future. And to do the same, it's time for a very interesting panel discussion. Joining us in this panel discussion, this is going to be a very high esteemed list. Let's welcome our first panelist on stage. It is Captain Deepak Tiwari. Let's welcome him with a huge round of applause, everybody. He's MD, MSc, and President, CSLA, and heading one of the biggest shipping lines in the world and in the country. So it's an honor to welcome you on stage. Also joining in on stage will be Mr. Sunay Mukherjee, COO GTIPL. Let's welcome him with a huge round of applause, everybody. It's a subsidiary of the world's biggest terminal operator. So we welcome him on stage. It's a pleasure meeting you on stage, sir. And joining us, is the CEO of BMCTPL, Captain T. Madan Mohan. Let's welcome him with a huge round of applause, everybody. From the Port of Singapore Authority, yes, and their Indian branch right here. It's an honor and privilege to welcome you on stage, sir. And a gentleman who needs no introduction because every time he steps on stage, there's a charisma, there is a very inspiring personality that he brings on stage with his smile and his style. Let's welcome Shri Unmesh Sharad Wagji, IRS Deputy Chairman, JNPA. Let's welcome him with a huge round of applause, everybody. I'm going to pass on the baton to Shri Unmesh Sharad Wagji as he's the convener for this panel discussion. Over to you, sir.
Very good evening to all of you. Thank you, all of you, for joining us in celebrating 34th Foundation Day of JNPA. In this panel discussion, we will talk about the future of the ports. We have 3 persons, 2 are from the port side and 1 is from shipping side. We are celebrating our 34th Foundation Day. There are 2 gentlemen who are present here, who were present for the inauguration of the port also. One of them is Captain Deepak Tiwari. And another gentleman is Mr. Fernandez. Thank you very much, sir, for joining us. To start the panel discussion, I would like to share certain statistics with you. JNPA started in 1989. That time we did 6,000 TEUs. And last year we did 6 million TEUs. There are many firsts for JNPA in last 3 years. We become the most best performing port of India. we also helped India to become the most efficient port, because the World Bank index, which says that turnaround time of Indian port is 22 hours, and that is the statistic from JNPA. Just to give an idea, India is number one and Singapore is number two. So this is the story of JNPA. India did 18 million TEUs last year. 75% of those container traffic is from Western port. JNPA and Mundra did 65%. The total container traffic of world is approximately 800 million TEUs. We are 2.25% of the world container traffic. There is a huge gap in containerization of world vis-a-vis containerization of India. When we look forward, we require many more container ports. JNPA is building Vadhavan, which will be 3 times of JNPA. We have done all the studies. We are waiting for DTEPA clearance. Then we will go for the environmental clearance, and then the construction of port will begin. Chairman JNPA will give a detailed presentation about that. I will not take much of your time in this regard. Now, moving to the future of the port, I will start with Captain Deepak Tiwari first. Sir, in recent times, there are many development happening in shipping sector. If you look at the order list, 40% of the ships which will be ordered, they will be more than 20,000 TEU ships. And there is huge demand of larger ships, and now the smaller ships will be out of date. So, in that perspective, I want to ask you, what will be the futuristic things if shipping is concerned?
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen and dignitaries. Thank you very much, sirs, for inviting me here to speak in the panel. And congratulations on your 34th Foundation Day. And as you rightly mentioned, I was present when JNPT was founded. I was actually there for the ceremony, and we had Rajiv Gandhi, name of the ship, actually alongside when the inauguration took place. Anyway, that shows what a dinosaur I am. Now, coming back to the questions that have been asked, yes, the current size of vessels, two of them which have just been delivered for my company, MSC, 24,634 is the TEU capacity nominal of the vessel. This is the type of vessel that will be not the future. I won't say it will be the future, but it will indicate a part of the future. A lot of people tell us that, you know, these 24,000 TEU ships will replace smaller ships. And let me tell you, these 24,000 TEU ships will not replace smaller ships. Smaller ships will continue to run. The only thing is that you may have a segment which is between 12,000 and 14,000 TEU, where the number of ships will start coming down. 15,000 TEU ships will start coming down. But the ones that are in the 8,000 bracket, 7,000, 6,500 bracket will continue to ply. Ships of 3,000 TEUs, 2,000 TEUs, 1,000 TEUs, 1,500 TEUs will continue to ply, because shipping is such a trade which is global, and it also has global trades on which the bigger ships can ply, but then these bigger ships can ply only on certain routes and can call only certain ports that can accommodate them. So, like I said, the big ships have a plan and a place in the future of shipping globally, but they cannot call all the ports. They have very few ports which are actually geared for such vessels, and they will have limited port calls, but with larger parcel size. And they will be on certain trades only, which are the long haul trades, and not on the short haul trades. You can't put a 24,000 TEU ship between, say, India and Colombo, for instance. I mean, I'm taking a silly example. So, all the types of ships that you currently see will continue to be there. The only thing is that the environment regulations are getting tough. The IMO regulations on environment and anti-pollution are going to get tougher and tougher. And we are looking at absolutely pollution-free vessels by 2050 is the target. A lot of the shipping companies will achieve it before, but 2050 is the target that has been given for environmental friendly ships. And this will be all along. I mean, whether it is a tugboat or a barge or any mechanized vessel. So that is going to be the future of shipping.
Captain Tiwari also answered my future question because because I am going to ask about the green shipping, but you answered that also. But I will come back to you in detail about that. Now, from ship to shore, I would like to ask Captain Madan Mohan. Captain Madan Mohan is a CEO of PSA India. PSA has presence in 45 terminals in 19 countries, and almost they have presence in every continent. Basically, PSA think globally, act locally. So what are the development in other terminals all over the world, which you are going to have in India?
Thank you, sir. August audience and also my fellow panelists and also chairman moderator for this panel. Very warm good evening and also congratulations on JNPA's 34th Foundation Day, an iconic moment happening in an iconic place like Taj and with the backdrop of Gateway of India. So I think you have got a wonderful evening cut out for all of us. So let's share and let's go forward and enjoy it, and also hopefully we all will be richer by the knowledge what we gain out of this panel discussion. Just before I jump into our Deputy Chairman Saab's question, just a brief background about PSA in India. We just recently completed 25 years in India. So recently had our 25th year anniversary. Started off from Tuti way back in 1997, moved on to Chennai, Kolkata. Right now we are in Mumbai. Mumbai phase 1 is completed, up and running. Phase 2, that also will be ready by 2025, April 16th. That is a date that has been instruction given by our landlord port. So we have to comply. We are on the track for that. And the capacity of our terminals in phase 1 is 2.4 million, and there is going to be 4.8 million. We will be roughly about 48% of entire JNPA's capacity. So coming to your question about this futuristic port or the next generation port, PSA as a group always believes in technological adoption, always believes in efficiency, service level, operational excellence, at the same time sustainability. With regard to our participation in the Indian terminals, we are committed to improve, to inculcate and bring in all our operational parameters so that a trade can be helped in a better way, faster turnaround. And we also have one philosophy called customer experience. So we would like to see all the customers who are using our terminal, just be content with, be satisfied with our performance. even whatever they need, we are ready to stretch our entire, we follow one philosophy called fish philosophy, which is very important, is a stretch. So we will stretch to our maximum capability to accommodate customers' request. With regard to the panel question, yes, we are there, even in our new terminal, we are introducing a lot of futuristic aspects, something like video analytics. We are using all those port 4.0, that is smart port 4.0 methodologies or the parameters that has been agreed world upon. So technological advancement like ML, AI, and data analytics. We are also looking to go into the landside logistics where we can map in all our port users by using these sort of advancements so that the information flow continuously happens, so we can be better prepared and we can offer better services to our customers. With regard to, on the one more aspect on the green sustainability, yes, we are already going for the green energy. We recently signed a MOU with Open Access, where the carbon footprint will be reduced to very great extent. We're estimating about 10,000 metric tons of CO2 levels will be reduced. So that will be, and also it will be good for the our environment. And we have quite a few projects lined up so that we reach the sustainability target about 2030. By 2030, we reduce by 50%, and by 2050, we should be net zero carbon emissions. Thank you.
Thank you, Captain. Now, moving to our third panelist, Sunay Mukherjee. The APM operates in 38 countries, and they are having more than 65 terminals. And they handled 21.8 million TEUs in 2022. Their terminal is the most efficient terminal in the world, if you consider as a per meter key length. I want to ask him, before pandemic, the sector was there. The logistics sector always there, and it always helped in business, but it was not visible. But after pandemic, the visibility of sector is quite large, and now people are aware of this sector. So how do you make this sector more efficient? Because we always talk about that in India, we have the cost of this sector is 14% of GDP. So we all strive to reduce it. So as a terminal, how you will achieve this?
Good evening, sir. Thank you for the question. Respected audience and panel members. So as APM Terminals Mumbai, or Gateway Terminals of India, we are honored to be partnering JNPA in the true PPP model since 2006 when we started operating. And it is personally a very proud moment that I get a chance to speak at this very, very momentous occasion of 34 years of excellence of JNPA, which is 34 years of nation building for India. Efficiency, as you said, right? Cost comes from inefficiency. And hence the focus that we have is to identify areas where that comes from. So what do we do? And I'll kind of focus a little internally as APMT Mumbai, and the inspirations we get from our global organization as well, APMT globally, in terms of addressing this. We focus on three areas, very commonly called people, process, and technology. In APM terminals globally, there is a very strong drive of lean mindset that is trained not just to the top management, senior management. Actually, we are the least effective in that. The training actually goes out with our frontline workers. A crane operator is way more capable than any of us sitting in an office to identify where there is a waste in the process. So what we try to work is develop a problem-solving mindset for everyone in the terminal and overall drive empowerment. By doing that, we are also increasing the capability of individuals, driving motivation, and hence finding opportunities to become more efficient. The second part is the process. In the process, at the center is the customer. That's the only reason why we exist. We do value stream mapping in a very simple way, we try to map out every interaction that we have. In that interaction, if anything is picked up which is not adding value to the customer, then that's a waste. Then as an organization, we focus on that, try to figure out how can we take that out of the interaction that we have. And then comes the third, which is technology. Technology is a much spoken about subject and area now. It is something that is adopted completely. So we are looking at, of course, partnering with JNPA and the initiatives that is coming from Government of India, where we are bringing more transparency on data. In this data transparency part, we collaborate very strongly with our customers. I will talk about a global initiative that is ongoing currently and is being piloted in our terminal in Salala, where along with the shipping line, through collaboration of data, what has been set up is a digital twin. We also have the digital twin in GTI, but here it is a reactive digital twin. We are seeing it and analyzing it post facto. But there, what they're doing is they're getting the data from the shipping line 3 days or 4 days before the vessel arrives. And in the digital twin, they're simulating the actual operation that will take place in the terminal, in the yard, and identifying what are the bottlenecks, and working out solutions on it before the vessel arrives, thereby driving efficiency. I'm hopeful, and when you talk about future, we are doing our own upgrade, both from equipment and infrastructure. A lot of the trade out here have felt the pain of it. Apologies for that. It was planned, and we are on track to get GTI back up and again with a more bigger capability by September. But we are also working at the same time on upgrading our network at the terminal so that we can also move into this simulative aspect of data and not just use it as a reactive method.
Thank you. People, process, and technology. Right. Now, moving on to next question. Captain Tewari, you just mentioned about the environmental part. Now, we all are aware and convinced that there is a global warming and everybody is striving for the net zero. And IMO also set target of reduction in the greenhouse gases to 40% by 2030. In our vision document, Vision 2030, Ministry of Shipping also set up a vision that 75% of our energy required for the ports should come from the non-conventional energy sources or renewable energy sources, sorry. So, how we should go about it and what are the futuristic trend in shipping side in this regard?
Well, just to inform you that the IMO regulations actually kicked in on 1st of January of 2023. So the regulations are already in place as we speak. And every ship has got certain timelines. If you do not meet the criteria, you're given 1 year to meet with the criteria. And if in the second year, I'm making it very simple because these rules, otherwise we'll spend the whole evening here. But if you're actually not meeting the criteria in the second year, your ship will actually come to a dead halt and not be allowed to sail. So you're given grace period of 1 year, and in the second year, you're given time to clear and ensure that you comply with the regulations. End of second year, if you're not complying, your ship will stop irrespective of where it is. It's very clear. And the returns, the data returns that we have to submit as shipping lines to the IMO are very stringent. They're very, very clear, transparent data elements, and these data elements have to be calculated for each ship, each day of steaming, as well as each day in the port. So one thing is that there is stringent. So everybody is actually clear that there is a goal to meet, and we are on track to meet that goal. One of the biggest reasons of very large acquisitions of new ships is the fact that a number of ships which are currently being used in the fleet and which were actually dug out of the graveyard during 21 and 22 when there were no ships and too much of cargo, all those ships are actually going to find their place in a scrap heap. They're not going to be used any further. So that is also a reason why shipping is going to renew itself as far as both, not only the container shipping, but all segments of shipping is going to renew itself. Coming to the ports, can I just mention, the ports will have to gear up for supplying alternative fuel. That means not only the ports, it will be the country will have to gear itself up to supply alternative fuels, non-carbon fuels, low sulfur fuels, non-sulfur fuels to the ships. Now, if those fuels are not ready, if those fuels are not available in quantity where they can be used, shipping will come to a grinding halt. So I think we have to be, look at the risk management side of it as well. But we hope that globally, all countries get together and say, yes, we are going to give you sufficient ammonia, sufficient LNG, sufficient hydrogen, whatever form of fuel you require in sufficient quantities. And today, if you go and ask anybody, even the IMO, that where can I get compliant fuel in sufficient quantities to run my ship from JNPT to, say, Salalah, for instance, or Europe or Africa or wherever else you're going to trade in, even the IMO does not know, the UN doesn't know, the US government doesn't know, and nobody knows. Where are they going to get the fuels from? This is the situation we are in today.
Hopefully we will comply, and we will also create infrastructure regarding this fuel, the bunkering facility, so that the shipping industry should not suffer in India. Now moving to Captain Madan Mohan, you are building one more terminal in JNPA, and we all talk about the green efforts. So for the construction and building of this terminal, and how you have designed this terminal that so that the carbon footprint should be minimum and it help in green initiatives.
Thank you, sir. We are using one concrete called low carbon mix. It's been recommended by our head office and all over the world wherever we are building. We have a separate department called in Singapore. We have a process excellence, and it's called global process excellence. And also all the civil projects, they are being minutely watched. There are a set of standards set in so that whatever concrete mix we are using, so it will be it will reduce that carbon emission to a very great extent. And also we are using that solar panel in the roof. Also we'll be using most of our buildings solar panel, and currently we have 1 megawatt solar panel already constructed. It is giving about 15% of our terminal requirement of the power, so that so much dependency on the fossil fuel is reduced. So we are very much aware of this, and also all the lightings or whatever we are designing, like our key crane or high mast. So from SVP or other emitting lamps, we are converting into LED. LEDs lamps are known to be giving less emissions and also power saving, and it will be it will meet the lux requirement which a dynamic container terminal will be required. And there are much more initiatives even we are working about where electrical vehicles, almost all the our second phase, even phase 1, we started converting all the RTGs from conventional to e-RTGs. When e-RTGs are powered by the green energy, so you can imagine amount of reduction it is going to reduce. And phase 2 is completely all our e-RTGs. And phase 1, even though we have procured diesel powered RTGs, they are being slowly converted. We already converted about five of them, and we will be. This is ongoing process. So by 2025 or 2076, we will be having 100% electrical RTGs powered by green energy. So we can imagine how much savings, green initiatives the terminal has undertaken. Thank you, sir.
Sunay, now most of the ports are giving shore power to the ships, and most of the European ports are compliant and they are ready with this shore power. So how much time it will take in India or in South Asia to be compliant in shore power? That is my first question. And second question, these tractor trailers from the quay to yard, how you make them green? So what are your plan in that?
Thank you, sir. Tricky questions. With regards to the first one on the shore power, we are fortunate to get complete support from JNPA, right, in terms of doing the study, at least in our facility, in terms of how can we provide this. The starting point also, it's a two-way collaboration. We are also right now working in terms of collecting information from the shipping lines, because the vessels calling the terminals also need to be able to work on shore power. And that's a two-way process. So we are mapping that while we are working out what is required in terms of our own infrastructural changes to provide the shore power. We are all fairly tight in terms of the key length already today. As Gateway Terminals of India, APM Terminals Mumbai, we have a 712-meter key length, and as you correctly pointed out, we are pushing close to 3,000 TUs per meter of that key length in terms of productivity. So how do we then manage to get space out of that to provide this is one of the study that is ongoing. But the study is on where new terminals come in, new designs come in, it will by default be a starting prerequisite, so it will be easier. In existing terminals, the study is how do we change. That's the process. The second one is a very important one, which is very close to our heart in GTI, because we're looking at it very carefully. Three ways of working in terms of reducing carbon emission. The first is reduce. While we are already talking about going green, going electric, there is also a very simple way of reduce. Reduce the consumption. Reduce the number of ITVs that we need through efficient operating, by which we can already start reducing the carbon emission today. And that is within our control. That is something that we are working on. The second is to replace. We are already in dialogues with a lot of our suppliers in identifying opportunities of EITVs, as we call it. It is something that has to be tested out. We are also leveraging our global portfolio to get that learning. I was in Suez Canal Container Terminal till end of last year in our APMT's terminal in Egypt. We have recently at our terminal in Egypt procured 20 EITVs for deploying inside the terminal. The purpose is to do a pilot study. Today, for example, when it comes to diesel, you know how much time it will take to fill the tank. We're still trying to understand how much time it will take in terms of actually charging the ITVs, going by the movement we do. That will be the stepwise factor, but I would expect us to start off with these pilot projects even in our terminal in JNPT very soon before the end of the year. That is the ambition that we have.
Thank you. I try to ask question where the panelists should praise JNPA somewhat or other. So thanks, Sunay. At least you recognize that and praised us. So moving to my last question, sir. You work towards from sea side, and we basically from the port side. So what are the things which you expect from the ports so that your efficiency in terms of cost and time will improve?
May I be a little naughty here? If you ask me about what we want, again, I'll give you a list which will be longer than probably 900 pages.
Please carry on.
Sorry. It'll be more than 900 pages and it'll be a ridiculous list. I think JNPT has moved, or JNPA now, has moved to a landlord model. And as a landlord model, I think it is the responsibility of JNPA to facilitate thinking on futuristic ports and terminals. You have the luxury, and because of what you are as a port operator and a port itself, that you have all the terminals, container terminals in your port being operated by the top 4 terminal operators in the world. You can't get better than this, let me tell you. And it will be a pity if JNPA does not use this talent which is at your doorstep, or rather in your house, to actually think of the future and implement it in India, JNPA first. Because my gentlemen friends who are here do wonderful things with the shipping lines and their terminals at various other ports across the globe, because we use both these terminal operators quite hugely, in fact. But why not bring the best practices, what these same terminal operators are doing elsewhere in the world, to JNPT? Why not? I think we deserve it as Indians. I think we deserve it as the Indian trade. And we would like JNPA to actually facilitate this along with the Ministry of Port, Shipping and Waterways. I would like to answer that question in that manner, rather than giving you a list of what we want.
Thank you. I think we have started it by taking this particular subject and that they say if you start, then you will reach to the destination. So I want to ask this question to you, that the shipping side told us what they want from the port side. Similarly, what port want from the shipping industry so that they can be more efficient in cost and money-wise, time-wise, sorry.
There was a saying that I heard that ports don't exist without ships, right? So we are completely dependent on the shipping line because that is whom we serve. Also the landside customers, the end customers, because all of us are serving the end customers at the end of the day. Being a little naughty in the beginning, saying, I wish we will get some of his vessels and then we will be able to also extend some of the best practice. We focus is, our focus, so speaking about expectations from shipping lines, it is close collaboration, right? It's data exchange. It is the ability to understand what is coming and how we can serve them better. As I mentioned, this example of what we are doing in terms of simulation, being able to do that simulation at GTI, at APM Mumbai, identifying bottlenecks, removing bottlenecks, and turning the vessels around faster. We want to be the shock absorber for the shipping line network, and hopefully we will have that collaboration even more to deliver on that.
Thank you. I thank all the panelists for this discussion and all the audience for the patient hearing. Thank you very much.
A big thank you to our esteemed panelists. Let's give them a big round of applause, everybody. We thank them for their presence here. And under the leadership of our Honorable Prime Minister of India, Shri Narendra Modi ji, काफी कुछ हुआ है. We've got the G20 summit happening. We've celebrated Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav. लेकिन सबसे exciting बात आज की शाम हम सबके लिए है is that JNPA commemorates 34 years of excellence. And इस बात के लिए एक बार फिर से जोरदार तालियां हो जाए. Big round of applause. And it's an honor and privilege to welcome the team that makes it happen. एंड मैं इसी बात पे यहाँ पर रिक्वेस्ट करूँगा, आई रिक्वेस्ट चेयरमैन JNPA श्री संजय सेठी जी and our Deputy Chairman JNPA, Shri Unmesh Sharad Wagh ji, to welcome our Honorable Union Minister of Ports, Shipping and Waterways, Shri Sarbanand Sonowal ji. उनका स्वागत किया जाए जोरदार तालियों के साथ. Let's welcome him with a huge round of applause on stage. I request sir to join us on stage and also welcome Honorable Minister for Ports and Mines, Government of Maharashtra, Shri Dadaji Buse ji. उनके लिए जोरदार तालियां आवाज हुआ. And a big round of applause for Mr. Parag Jain, Principal Secretary, Transport and Ports for Government of Maharashtra. Let's welcome our dignitaries with a huge round of applause, everybody. We are also going to proceed with the lamp lighting. Deep Prajwalan के साथ हम शुरुआत करने वाले हैं. It's always an auspicious start. And क्योंकि हम 34 years complete कर चुके हैं, and we are looking forward to an auspicious start right now. So मैं request करूँगा कि हमारी टीम यहाँ पर आ जाए and may I request Honorable Shri Sarbanand ji to join us as we proceed with the lamp lighting, and also our Honorable Minister for Ports and Mines Shri Dadaji Buse ji and Shri Parag Jain ji to join us. I know it's a little breezy, that's the venue right here. जोरदार तालियां हो जाए. Big round of applause, everybody. We'd also like to welcome our Honorable Union Minister of Ports and Shipping and Waterways, Shri Sarbanand Sonowal ji, with a bouquet and a shawl and a memento. We thank him for his presence this evening. And may I request Chairman JNPA, Shri Sanjay Sethi ji, to do the honors. We thank you, sir, for your presence. आज आपने अपना कीमती समय निकालकर आप यहाँ पर आए हैं. A big thank you to you. And we also would like to express our gratitude to Honorable Minister for Ports and Mines, Government of Maharashtra, Shri Dadaji Buse ji. He's always been kind. His presence means a lot to us. Thank you, sir. आज की शाम आप आए. I request Shri Sanjay Sethi ji to do the honors. With this, it's time for a very special AV. I'm not going to reveal what the AV shares, but I'm going to draw your attention to the screen. So wherever you are, make sure you're not doing anything else. Keep your eyes glued to the screen. This is a very special AV. If you've been a part of the entire JNPA team, this will mean a lot to you. Let me draw your attention on the screen. आइए देखें.
India, a place where tradition goes hand in hand with innovation, where time-honored customs blend seamlessly with cutting-edge technology. We are a nation striding confidently on the path of being a global trade powerhouse. With the heart of the Make in India initiative pulsating within her, India is rapidly transforming into a significant player in international EXIM commerce. Today, we celebrate 34 years of India's crown jewel of container ports, the Jawaharlal Nehru Port Authority. Let's wish us a bon voyage as our future-ready port's journey has only just set sail. Before we navigate forward, let's anchor down to our beginnings. It all began on May 26, 1989. JNPA has soared from handling a handful of containers to millions, becoming an indispensable link in the global supply chain. In 2001, we marked a significant milestone, becoming the first Indian port to handle over 1 million TEUs. JNPA has evolved continually, establishing various terminals and inaugurating multi-million-dollar projects along the way. With each passing year, we've ushered in an era of growth by constantly setting higher benchmarks for ourselves. Our vision sees the horizon of a flourishing future with new terminals, innovative logistics, sustainable initiatives, and smart port technologies. With our advanced tracking, scanning, and logistic technologies, we proudly stand as India's future-ready port, redefining business efficiency. Guided by our government's initiatives, we have always fused sustainability with innovation. From nurturing green practices like electric vehicles and solar energy to preserving our lakes, we are crafting a sustainable tomorrow. On its impressive voyage, JNPA has notched up numerous accolades and achievements, consistently pushing the boundaries from winning top honors for operational prowess to setting new cargo volume records. In a country where ancient customs sail on waves of modern innovation, today we celebrate more than a port. We celebrate a ship steadfastly navigating the vast ocean of possibilities, leading the promise of India's bright future in its wake. Bon voyage to us all!
This is the story of JNPA. It's just not been a year of dedication. It's been so many years. And tonight, as we celebrate each and every moment, there's a lot to share, a lot to express, and a lot to experience because, as we heard in the panel discussions, there were a few gentlemen who've been here right from the inception date. Yes, the first time, May 26, 1989, to the date that we are celebrating here. Well, I think it's been 34 glorious years. Before we start off with the formal bit and with the opening remarks here, I think for everybody, we need to celebrate each and every moment. So I'm going to count till 34, and I want to see the energy of each and every one in the audience right here. So if I say one, you have to give me a round of applause. If I say one clap each. One. Loud and clear, no echoes right here at Gateway of India. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, I just need one applause. You all are going 5. That's no problem. But I just need one clap. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Louder. 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, and lots more for the years to come. Give yourself a loud cheer, everybody. I'm going to invite right now at the podium a gentleman who needs no introduction because, the journey of JNP has been very successful. It's one of the best performing ports. So let me call the man himself, or let me call the chairman himself. A big round of applause for Shri Sanjay Sethi ji, IAS Chairman, JNPA. Zordar taaliyan ho jaye, everybody.
A very good evening to you all. Let me start by expressing my deep gratitude to Honorable Minister for the country, for Ports, Shipping and Waterways, Shri Sarbanand Sonowal ji, the Minister of Ports for Maharashtra State, Shri Dada Bhuse ji, and all of you who are present here to celebrate these 34 years of performance of this port, which was always known first as Nava Sheva and now has been known as Jawaharlal Nehru Port. Can we keep changing this? There is a small presentation that I'm using. This is an exciting one, this slide for us, because this tells us that the Honorable Prime Minister of the country himself acknowledged this feat, that is 6 million TEUs in this year. Whoever has been associated with this this port knows that, you know, there was a time when we were handling bulk, and then somebody took this decision that we should get into containers, and today see where we are. We actually handled 6 million TEUs in this particular year. This was after this uncertain times of Corona, getting back into action. Each and everyone who has contributed to this, and we have a lot of stakeholders here, sir, whom we will even be giving awards tonight, sir. It starts from shipping lines, to terminal operators, to container freight stations, to the BCBA. I think the list is too long, sir. We typically use 27 to 34 in our port community system, but actually there are many more stakeholders who contribute to this this story, sir. So I stand here to congratulate everyone to be a part of this 6 million TEUs. Next. The other very exciting news that came along with this, these are towards the end of this year, because we are just discussing the year that has passed by, which told us that, you know, this figure of turnaround time which the World Bank uses for the country is actually for JNPA, because this 22 hours or 0.9 days, 0.9 day is about the fact that the best of those developed economies, where we always benchmark ourselves with a Singapore or USA or UAE, all of their efficiency parameter, probably TAT is one efficiency parameter which the Honorable Prime Minister again talks about most of the time when he's talking about ports efficiency. It's let's say it's one of the most important parameters, and it says a lot about the efficiency that we are achieving in this port. Next. This year was also very, very significant for us, because we became the first 100% landlord model port of the country. This journey has been exceptionally, if I may say, challenging, because obviously we had terminals which were being operated by some of the best operators in the world, but we were operating one terminal. We were also operating our shallow water berth. We were also operating the liquid and the smaller berths. But when we started this journey, there were, of course, a lot of questions raised. There was also some kind of opposition. But finally, in this particular year, in fact, the dates are important, that in June we gave the letter of award to the winning consortium of CMA, CGM and JM Bakshi. Then it was signed in July, and after that the concession was awarded in February, and the first vessel actually was handled on the 14th of February. So this has been a remarkable journey, which when we talk about PPPs in this country, we also have, sir, जो इस कंट्री में पहला PPP हुआ था वो भी JNPA में हुआ था सर, और 25 साल पहले हुआ था, जब हमने 25 साल इस साल उसकी ये मनाई। तो 25 साल पहले जब जो DP वर्ल्ड, आज का DP वर्ल्ड है सर, तो उन्होंने जो पहला टर्मिनल तब स्टार्ट किया, या प्राइवेट ऑपरेशन। पर सर सबसे बड़ी बात जो इस स्टोरी में है कि जो JNPA का इकोसिस्टम है पूरा, सिर्फ पोर्ट अथॉरिटी नहीं, पर पूरा जो इकोसिस्टम है, जो इसकी लोकेशन है, वो इतनी अट्रैक्टिव है कि जब हमने इसको PPP पे निकाला तो सर पूरे कंट्री के, जो पूरे वर्ल्ड के जो बेस्ट 12 ऑपरेटर्स हैं, सब ने पार्टिसिपेट किया, और इतना कॉम्पिटिटिव रहा कि जो हमारा अपेक्षा थी, जो हमें रॉयल्टी मिलेगी सर, उससे कम से कम 3 गुना ज़्यादा हमें सर रॉयल्टी मिली सर। तो जो हम एक कंपटीशन की जहाँ तक बात है, मोर इम्पॉर्टेंट पार्ट क्या है कि ये ट्रेड, जब तक हम पोर्ट्स को कॉम्पिटिटिव नहीं बना पाएंगे सर, तब तक हम जो दुनिया में हम अपने कंपटीशन की बात कर रहे हैं, हम लॉजिस्टिक्स कॉस्ट को कम करने की बात कर रहे हैं, तो ये एक बहुत बड़ा स्टेप हुआ है सर, कि जिसमें हम, जिसको हम कहते हैं कि प्राइवेट सेक्टर की एफिशिएंसी को यूज करना। सो प्राइवेट सेक्टर एफिशिएंसीज आर बीइंग यूज्ड इन अ वे वेयर टू गिव अ वेरी रफ फिगर, वेयर जहां पे सर मैं 200 करोड़ का लॉस बना रहा था, वहां 600-700 करोड़ का फायदा मैं इमीडिएट बना रहा हूं। इतना ज्यादा इस चीज का फर्क है, जो जहां तक ये बात है कि एफिशिएंसी और जो बाकी पूरी कहानी है इसमें। नेक्स्ट, इसी तरह से सर ये लैंडलॉर्ड मॉडल में, नेक्स्ट स्लाइड प्लीज, दी नेक्स्ट, जो हमारी दूसरी भी वाटर बर्थ्स थी सर, हमने इस साल में सर अपनी रो के एक नया इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर खड़ा किया सर, जो कि गवर्नमेंट का एक कहना है कि कोस्टल का परसेंटेज बढ़ना चाहिए सर, तो हमने कोस्टल डेडिकेटेड बर्थ कंप्लीट की सर, रो की बर्थ कंप्लीट की, और हमारी जो ओरिजिनल शैलो वाटर बर्थ थी, ये तीनों मिला के ये भी हमने PPP पे सर उसको जो है दे दिया है, जो कि कंसेशन एग्रीमेंट के हिसाब से जितना टाइम दिया जाता है सर, वो और कुछ महीने में उस हिसाब से शुरू हो जाएगा सर। नेक्स्ट, एक और बहुत बड़ी उपलब्धि जो रही सर, वो हमारे पोर्ट की जो कैपेसिटी है सर, हमने 3 साल पहले वो 2.4 या 2.5 मिलियन TU से बढ़ाई। अब जो उसका अगला फेज है, जो PSA पोर्ट ऑफ सिंगापुर अथॉरिटी टर्मिनल ऑपरेटर हैं सर, तो उन्होंने ये साल में पूरा काम शुरू किया सर 17 अप्रैल को, ये सेकेंड फेज का, जिसका अर्थ है कि सर और 2.4 से हमारा मिलियन TU से कैपेसिटी बढ़ जाएगी, और अप्रैल 25 में सर जो है हम 10 मिलियन TUs जो है की कैपेसिटी रख पाएंगे सर, जो कि एक बहुत बड़ी उपलब्धि होगी। उन्होंने अब जो काम शुरू किया है वो पूरे स्पीड में चल रहा है सर। पिछले साल में 825 करोड़ का एक्सपेंडिचर हुआ है, और रफली सर इसको बनाने के लिए 3,500 करोड़ का जो है एक्सपेंडिचर किया जा रहा है सर। नेक्स्ट, जस्ट टू टॉक अबाउट सर के ओवरऑल कैपिटल एक्सपेंडिचर जो किया जाता है सर, तो वो पूरे पोर्ट्स, मतलब इनफैक्ट ऑलमोस्ट बाकी पोर्ट्स का एक तरफ और एक JNPA अलोन जो है उतना पैसा खर्चा करता है सर इसमें। तो हमने पिछले साल 725 करोड़ 717 करोड़ खर्चा किए, जिसमें कि हमारी एडिशनल लिक्विड टर्मिनल है, कॉन्क्रिटाइजेशन है रोड का, बाकी इवैक्यूएशन रोड। तो कहने का अर्थ सर ये है कि हम लैंडलॉर्ड मॉडल का मतलब ये नहीं है इस शब्द का कि हम लैंडलॉर्ड बैठ के अब सिर्फ जो है रॉयल्टी लेते हैं सर। हम पूरा इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर जो ज़रूरी है, उस पर क्या क्या काम करना ज़रूरी है, उसके लिए हम काम करते हैं सर। जो मरीन सर्विसेज को कैसे बेटर कर सकते हैं, जो बाकी की हमारा जो हमने अपने हाथ में कई प्रोजेक्ट लिए हैं, जैसे कि जो नेक्स्ट जो हमने सर SCZ, जो आपने अभी प्रेस कॉन्फ्रेंस में थोड़ी बात की सर, उसमें हमने 162 हेक्टेयर में से 62 हेक्टेयर जो है ऑलरेडी लैंड दी है, और रफली सर पहले 29 फिगर था, अब 33 तक गया है, जिसमें ये यूनिट्स जो हैं वो काम करना शुरू कर देंगी, या ऑपरेशनलाइज सब जो है हो रही हैं। इसमें सर सबसे अच्छी बात क्या है कि सबकी सब क्लियरेंसेस सिंगल विंडो में दी जाती हैं सर। सब कुछ JNPA के पास है, डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन लाइसेंसी भी हम हैं, प्लानिंग अथॉरिटी भी हम हैं। तो ये एक SCZ उस तरह से पूरी तरह से सक्सेस की तरफ जो है वो जा रहा है सर। एक बहुत बड़ा फ्री ट्रेड वेयर हाउसिंग जोन वहाँ पे 44 एकर्स में DP वर्ल्ड ने भी स्टार्ट किया है सर। नेक्स्ट, एक और बड़ी उपलब्धि रही सर इसी साल में, उसको मेंशन करना जरूरी है कि हम सर पहले पोर्ट हैं जिन्होंने डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन फ्रेंचाइजी किया सर एमएससीडीसीएल के साथ, क्योंकि डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन लाइसेंस हमें नहीं मिल पाता है। तो ये एक बहुत इसका फायदा क्या होगा सर कि बीओटी ऑपरेटर्स जो हैं ओपन एक्सेस से रिन्यूएबल एनर्जी भी परचेज कर सकते हैं सर, और एक तरह से इलेक्ट्रिसिटी के मार्केट का फायदा सर जो है उठाया जा सकता है। और हम इसको जो है अब जो ऑपरेटर्स के साथ हमारा थोड़ा एक एम्बिग्यूटी था वो भी उसमें क्लियर करने में मदद हो रही है। नेक्स्ट सर, बहुत से ग्रीन पोर्ट के इनिशिएटिव्स हैं, मैं सारों में नहीं जाऊंगा, लेकिन हम शोर पावर सप्लाई पे, ई व्हीकल्स पे, इस पे सब पे बहुत सारा काम कर रहे हैं सर। नेक्स्ट, अभी अभी हमारे को सर ने 2 दिन पहले हमारा चिंतन शिविर हुआ था केरल में, जहाँ पे माननीय मंत्री महोदय ने हमें एक टारगेट दिया है कि कंट्री में सबसे पहला स्मार्ट पोर्ट जो है वो अगले 1 साल में जो है वो जेएनपीए को बनाना है। तो उसके तहत भी जो सर डिजिटाइजेशन का ऑलरेडी बहुत सा काम जो है हमने किया है, और हमें कॉन्फिडेंस है सर कि हम इसको 1 वर्ष में पूरी तरह से स्मार्ट पोर्ट जो है डिक्लेयर कर पाएंगे सर। National Logistics Portal, we've become a part in the sense that all our terminal operators का buy-in हो गया है सर। जो कुछ जगह पे कुछ पोर्ट्स में जो EBS की बात होती है सर, हम वो ऑलरेडी सैप में S4 HANA में जो है हम उसको हम वो लाइव कर चुके हैं सर। इसी तरह से automated reefer monitoring system, position detection system for containers, asset digitization of cranes, a lot of such steps have been taken in terms of the digitization. Next, एक सर और जो बहुत हमारा एक अहम हिस्सा बने कि एंटवर्प पोर्ट के साथ मिलके हम जो है सर ट्रेनिंग प्रोग्राम्स लेते हैं। इस साल में सर 2 नई चीजें हुई सर। एक, हमने पूरे पोर्ट्स के लिए सर एक ओरिएंटेशन प्रोग्राम किया। उसका ये अर्थ था सर कि बहुत से लोग जो पोर्ट में जब नौकरी पे आते हैं सर, उनको कहीं भी फाउंडेशन कोर्स या ट्रेनिंग नहीं दिया जाता है। तो हमने वो आईएम के साथ मिलके 2 हफ्ते का पोर्ट ऑफ एंटवर्प, आईएम और हमारी खुद की फैकल्टी तैयार की सर, और वो एक बहुत अच्छा प्रोग्राम जो है वो पोर्ट के ऑफिशियल्स के लिए किया गया। और एक और उपलब्धि हुई सर बहुत बड़ी कि बाहर के कंट्री से हमें अब बहुत सारे सर ट्रेनिंग के लिए जो है हमारे को रिक्वेस्ट आने लगे। तो हमने पहले उसमें मॉरिशस को क्रेन्स का ट्रेनिंग वहाँ पे दिया सर, उसके अलावा मालदीव्स का, इसका। तो हमारे पास अब ये एक इंटरनेशनल सेंटर बना है जिसके तहत हम हमारे इस में ट्रेनिंग दे पा रहे हैं सर। अब मैं अगले 3 से 4 मिनट सिर्फ वाधवन पोर्ट के बारे में थोड़ा सा बात कर रहा हूँ सर कि कहाँ पे हम हैं, क्योंकि बहुत से लोग उसके बारे में पूछते हैं और बहुत से स्टेक होल्डर्स यहाँ हैं जिनका इन्वेस्टमेंट हमारे को कल को जो है सर लगेगा। नेक्स्ट, ये सिर्फ सर इतना दिखा रहा है कि वाधवन भी जेएनपीए की तरह ही बहुत स्ट्रेटेजिकली लोकेटेड है। हम सब जानते हैं कि ये पोर्ट जो है मेन इसका लोकेशन का इशू क्या है कि इसका बहुत डीप ड्राफ्ट है और नेचुरल डीप ड्राफ्ट है सर। 19 मीटर से भी ज़्यादा जो है 19.5 मीटर हमें वहाँ पे मिल रहा है। और ये जो हिंटरलैंड है महाराष्ट्र, वेयर करेंटली सर जेएनपीए एंड मुंद्रा हैव गॉट 25th and 26th रैंक्स, जो अभी 2 पोर्ट्स जो टॉप 100 में जाते हैं, पर वो कैपेसिटी के ऊपर होता है सर। तो कैपेसिटी होगी, उसके बाद हैंडलिंग होगी। तो दिस विल द काइंड ऑफ कैपेसिटीज वी आर क्रिएटिंग उसमें। तो सर इसमें जो है जेएनपीए और महाराष्ट्र स्टेट की सर जो महाराष्ट्र मैरीटाइम बोर्ड है, मिनिस्टर साहब यहाँ हैं, हम ये मिल के एक एसपीवी बनाई है जिसके अंतर्गत इसको हमें पोर्ट को बनाना है सर। रिसेंटली सर ऑनरेबल चीफ मिनिस्टर और ऑनरेबल मिनिस्टर साहब ने उसका एक मीटिंग भी किया था सर, जिसके तहत ये है कि जो जो स्टेट गवर्नमेंट से लिंक्ड इश्यूज हैं उसका जल्दी से जल्दी जो है मतलब साथ मिल के जो है उस पर काम किया जा सके सर। सर मेनली इसमें अगर वो, क्योंकि बहुत से लोगों को जो नहीं मालूम है, तो एक ब्रेक वाटर ऑलमोस्ट अबाउट 10.5 किलोमीटर्स ब्रेक वाटर, अ लॉट ऑफ रेक्लेमेशन which basically includes shore protection etc, which is about 1400 hectares. And apart from that, the only land that we require for rail and road connectivity is about 571 hectares. Next. Basically sir उसमें हम दिखा रहे हैं कि ये कौन कौन से हाईवे के पास है। इसकी कनेक्टिविटी इस तरह की है सर कि एक रेलवे का न्यू पालघर स्टेशन और जो हमारा ऑलरेडी एग्जिस्टिंग नेशनल हाईवे है और अब जो वडोदरा का मुंबई दिल्ली का हाईवे बना है सर, उससे कनेक्टिविटी बहुत अच्छी इसकी जो है हमें मिल रही है। नेक्स्ट, इसमें सर करंट स्टेटस मैं सिर्फ क्विकली बताना चाहूँगा कि सब कुछ जो है एनवायरनमेंट की सब स्टडीज़ हो गई हैं सर, डिटेल्ड प्रोजेक्ट रिपोर्ट बने हुए हैं, उसके बाद इंजीनियरिंग के भी सारे डिटेल्ड इंजीनियरिंग हो गई है। पर हमारा जो एनवायरनमेंट क्लियरेंस का एक टर्म्स ऑफ रेफरेंस होता है सर, तो उसके अंतर्गत जो स्टडीज़ हैं उसके अलावा देयर इज़ एन एनओसी रिक्वायर्ड फ्रॉम दहानू तालुका एनवायरनमेंट प्रोटेक्शन अथॉरिटी which is under their consideration, and after that we will be in a position to go forward. Next. This basically shows, sir, that even though the capacity being created is about 23 to 24 million TUs, but already by 2040, the way our trade is growing, the projections of this are that container traffic of almost 31 million TUs we will be able to get up to 2045, which basically also means that the kind of growth that is expected, this is going to be really required and useful for this country's economy. Next. ये एक ब्रॉड सा लेआउट दिखाया गया है कि इतना 5.5 से 6 किलोमीटर हम समुद्र के अंदर जाके जो है वो रिक्लेम करेंगे सर, और वहाँ पे टर्मिनल्स आगे बनेंगे, और वो जो हैं फिर उसके बाद अपार्ट फ्रॉम कंटेनर टर्मिनल सर, बाकी के कुछ मल्टी पर्पस टाइप के टर्मिनल्स भी जो हैं वहाँ बनाए जाएंगे। नेक्स्ट, दिस ओनली शोज दैट द करंट the kind of money that we are going to spend, or the project cost, is now going up to 77,000 crores, out of which 44,000 crores roughly will be spent by the SPV, that is the Vadhavan Port Authority, mainly JNPT and MMB, and the rest will come from the concessionaires, which is roughly 32,000 crores. Next. सर, ये इस तरह के पैकेजेस वगैरह तैयार हैं, इसका टेंडर होगा, तो इसमें हम इनफैक्ट एक्सपेक्ट करते हैं सर कि ऑल दी बेस्ट कंपनीज इन द वर्ल्ड विल पार्टिसिपेट इन दिस. टिपिकली some of the civil works which can be combined, they will go as one package and others will go as a separate package. Next. बेसिकली सर वे फॉरवर्ड यही है जो मैंने अभी कहा कि एक बार हमारे को वो एनओसी जो है मिल जाता है सर, तो रेल और रोड के लिए एनएचएआई और डीएफसीसी के साथ टाई अप हो गया है सर. स्टेट में सर पानी, बिजली, ये सब जो यूटिलिटीज़ हैं उनके साथ भी ये कर दिया गया है. तो वी आर वेरी होपफुल दैट in the next few months, once we are able to get the EC, the investment proposal cleared, we should be able to go forward with this very ambitious mega project, a mega port, which this country really needs, because as they say sir कि बिल्कुल कुआं बाद में खोदने की बजाय इसमें ये है कि जब तक वो ट्रेड या उसकी रिक्वायरमेंट उतनी बढ़ जाएगी, जब JNPA बिल्कुल सैचुरेट हो जाएगा, तो उतना टाइम इतने बड़े पोर्ट को बनाने में लगता है, तो तब तक होपफुली जो है हम इसमें कामयाब हो पाएंगे. थैंक यू वेरी मच. थैंक यू फॉर योर पेशेंट हियरिंग.
A big round of applause for Shri Sanjay Sethi ji for always sharing his insights and in-depth knowledge. I always say, is an ocean of knowledge for us. And इसी के साथ अब मौका मिला है. This is a very special time, a very special moment. It's time for the awards, ladies and gentlemen. The annual awards 2022-23 for JNPA. And I request all the award winners, when we call out your name, to be a little prompt. And it's an honor and privilege to receive these awards by the hands of Shri Sarvanand Sonowal ji. He's going to join us. And साथ ही साथ our Honorable Minister for Ports and Mining, Government of Maharashtra, Shri Dadaji Bhuse ji. So इसी के साथ a slight change is set up right now, because this is going to be truly spectacular, and we're going to click photo ops with the winners. It's taken a lot of effort, hard work, and the previous year has been very exciting for each and every one of us. So tonight, we celebrate your achievements and your dedication and your hard work together with the team right here at JNPA. I always say, I'm not a drop in the ocean, I'm an entire ocean in one drop. And that gives me the inspiration to keep on going forward. It's been 34 glorious years, but we look forward to really exciting times to come. And इसीलिए कहते हैं कि ना पूछो कि मेरी मंजिल कहाँ है, अभी तो सफ़र का सिर्फ इरादा किया है, ना हारेंगे हौसला उम्र भर, ये हमने किसी और से नहीं, खुद से वादा किया है. Ladies and gentlemen, with this, it's time for the awards for the stakeholders. And let's welcome every winner with a thunderous round of applause. The first award is for shipping line for highest container traffic handled at JN Port in a year during 2022-23. And the winners on the screen, let's have a look. It is Maersk Line India Private Limited. A big round of applause for the team at Maersk. May I request Mr. Setu Krishnanji, Head of Customer Service, to join us on stage and celebrate this moment together. Zordar Talia. A big round of applause, everybody. Many congratulations to you, sir, and to the entire team. The awards are going to go non-stop. इसी के साथ अगला award जो है, commends the outstanding performance for container freight station CFS for highest import containers handled at JN Port in a year during 2022-23. And the winners are All Cargo Terminals Limited. A big round of applause for the team right here. And may I request Captain Ashish Chandna, CEO, to join us and collect the award right here. I think the applause can be louder. Ladies and gentlemen, it's an entire team being represented on stage. A big round of applause, everybody. Many congratulations to you, sir, and to the entire team. And now it's time for our next award, ladies and gentlemen. This is CFS, Container Freight Station, the highest export containers handled at JN Port in a year during the previous year, 2022-23. And the winners are JWR Logistics. A big round of applause as we welcome Ms. Kruti Jobanputra, Director, on stage with the team. A warm welcome to the entire team right here at JWR Logistics. Can we have a huge round of applause, everybody? I know everyone's waiting for their stage moments. Dil tham ke baithiye. It's time for our next winners, ladies and gentlemen. And this is for consignee for highest dry bulk cargo handled at the port during 2022-23. Winners are Ultratech Cement Limited. A big round of applause for the team. May I request Captain Priyaraman Behra to join us. Senior General Manager from the team. And his smile says it all. A big round of applause for the team, everybody. Racing ahead, it's time for our next award, ladies and gentlemen. It's time for our next award. And this is consignee for highest liquid cargo handled at JN Port in a year during 2022-23. Undoubtedly, this is Indian Oil Corporation Limited, IOCL. Can you have a huge round of applause for Mr. Sajid Ahmed, Senior Terminal Manager, and Mr. R. Raghul, Manager, to join us on stage and collect the award on behalf of the entire team. And the next category, ladies and gentlemen, is tank farm operator for highest liquid cargo handler at the port in the year 2022-23. And the winners are Ganesh Benzoplast Limited. A big round of applause as we welcome Mr. Rishi Pilani, MD, and Mr. Sham Nihate, Director, on stage. A very special time, a very special moment for them and their entire team. Zordar taaliyan ho jaye everybody. A big round of applause. Going ahead to the next category, ladies and gentlemen, this is importer for highest import container cargo, including direct port delivery, DPD as we all know, handled at the port during 2022-23. Or winners hain. Let's have a look on the screen. Yes, it is HP India Sales Private Limited. A big round of applause for the team as well joining in. May I request Mr. Ashish Gupta, Head India Logistics, and Mr. Atul Srivastava to join us, Manager India Customs, to join us and represent the team. Well, that is an affirmation sound coming in right here. Wonderful. Zordar taaliyan ho jaye. Going ahead to our next award, and this one is really exciting. Exporter for highest export container cargo, including direct port entry, DPE, handled at the port during 2022-23. And the winners are Bajaj Auto Limited. A big round of applause for the team. May I request Mr. Vinod Agrawal, Manager, and Mr. Hemant, DGE, to join us and to collect the award on behalf of the entire team. Ek baar zordar taali everybody. A big round of applause. And going to the 9th award of this evening, we are very close to the finale set. This is the award for container terminal for handling highest container traffic at port, obviously during year 2022-23. And the winners are APM Terminal Mumbai, APMT. A big round of applause for the team as well, represented by Mr. Sanjay Mukherjee, COO, and Mr. Rajiv Bowal, CEO. Many congratulations to you and to the entire team. And going ahead to the next one, ladies and gentlemen, the container terminal for handling second highest container traffic at JN Port during the year 2022-23. The winners are Bharat Mumbai Container Terminal BMCT. A round of applause right here for Mr. Faiz Syed, Deputy Head Operations, and Mr. Solomon Das, Deputy Manager Marketing, joining us on stage. Truly an award-winning moment for the team and the gentlemen. And going ahead with the next one, ladies and gentlemen, the next award is Dil Tham Ke Baithiye. This is Container Terminal. Yes, right here. And यहाँ पर ये award जा रहा है. Okay, Container Terminal for Best Vessel Turnaround Time at JN Port in a year during 2022-23. And the winners on the screen. Congratulations to Nhava Sheva International Container Terminal, NSICT. A big round of applause for the team joining in right here. Captain Ajay Moghe, GM Operations, Mr. Nalan Anappan, Head of Engineering, and Captain Barrington joining in, Senior Manager Operations. May I request Captain, okay, we're going to make sure that this photo op is, yes, there is also one more award right here that goes to the team before we go ahead. And I wouldn't want them to go back off stage and come back on stage. So this is our next award, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, and this is for Container Terminal for Best Rake Turnaround Time at JN Port in a year during 2022-23. Once more, Nhava Sheva International Container Terminal. Let's have a huge round of applause. All right, and now it's time for the next one. Okay, the next one is our Container Terminal for Best Output per Ship Birthday at JN Port in a year during 2022-23. And this one goes to Best Rake Turnaround Time at JN Port in a year. All right, so we are proceeding to the next award for Container Terminal for Best Green Initiatives at JN Port in a year during 2022-23. It is Nhava Sheva Gateway Terminal, NSIGT. A big round of applause for the team joining in. Yes, is there once more moment? And a whole set of awards in their kitty right now. May I request Captain Ajay Moghe to share a few words on behalf of the entire team, sir.
Good evening, everybody. Good evening, sirs. It's an absolute honor in receiving these awards on behalf of DP World. The 25 years that we have spent here has been nothing but super enriching. I'm sure all of you will agree that there is never a dull day at Nhava Sheva. Every day is full of surprise. But then there are solutions that automatically come in with the great support of JNPA as well as the trade. And I hope going forward, the same support will be given to DP World and all the facilities around. Thank you. Good evening.
Many congratulations to you, sir, and to the entire team. With this, it's time to move on to our next award, which is Container Train Operator for Highest Rail Handling at JN Port during the year 2022-23. And the winners are Container Corporation of India, Concor. A big round of applause for the entire team right here. And may I request Mr. A.K. Singh, CGM, to join us on stage to collect the award on behalf of the entire team. Zordar taaliyan ho jaye, everybody. A big round of applause for the entire team and for sir. With this, it's time to move ahead with the next award. This is JNPA SEZ Manufacturing Unit for Highest Export Cargo Handle at the port during the year 2022-23. And the winners are Krish Food Industries. A big round of applause for Mr. Ram Jagwani and Mr. Pratik Jagwani joining us to collect the award. Zordar taaliyan, everybody. And with this, it's time for the next award, ladies and gentlemen. This is JNPAs unit for highest exempt cargo handled. And the winner is OWS Warehouse Services LLP. A round of applause for Mr. Pankaj Surani, Director, and Mr. Parvez Surani joining us for their moment of glory on stage. एक बार जोरदार तालियां हो जाए everybody. A big round of applause. And with this, it's time for our next one, ladies and gentlemen. This commences the outstanding performance as transporter for highest container movement at JNPA during 2022-23. And the winner is Royal Translines Private Limited. A round of applause for Mr. Sanjay Poddar, Director, and Mr. Amit Poddar, Director. A round of applause as we welcome the two gentlemen on stage. A round of applause for Royal Translines and the Poddars on stage. Zordar taaliyan ho jaye. It's now time to recognize the efforts of a few organizations. This is the special recognitions that are going to happen next. And the first name on the list of special recognitions for Jawahar Customs. A round of applause for the team for various initiatives for fast clearance of container and cargo at JNPA during 2022-23. Zordar taaliyan ho jaye as we welcome Mr. Rajesh Pandey, Chief Commissioner of Customs, and Mr. Siddharth Jaiswal, Joint Commissioner of Customs, on stage. Zordar taaliyan ho jaye everybody. I request a quick photo of right here, and Rajesh ji, a humble request if you could share a few words before you leave stage, sir. It's an honor and privilege to meet you here.
Thank you, everyone. It is an honor to be present here with Honorable Minister gracing this occasion. This achievement of JNPA would not be possible without the support of all the stakeholders who are present here, and of course the support of JNPA. So I am really grateful to all the stakeholders to help us achieve our revenue target, exceed the revenue target, and we hope to continue this journey in the coming year also. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir, for sharing your experience with us. With this, it's time for our next special recognition, and this goes for providing orientation on custom services for employment opportunities in the port sector, and this goes to BCBA, Brahan Mumbai Custom Brokers Association. A round of applause for a team with Mr. Dushyant Mulani, President, Mr. Sanjeev Harale, Senior Vice President, Mr. Paresh Thakkar, Vice President, Mr. Hiren Ruparel, Vice President, and Mr. Vinayak Aparaj, Vice President. We welcome the team on stage with a huge round of applause, everybody. Zordar taaliyan. I request Mr. Dushyant Mulani ji to please share a few words. Dushyant ji, if you could share a few words on the mic.
Thank you, Manniya Mantri Mohoday, Sonowal ji, Buse Saab, Sanjay Sethi ji, and Unmesh Wag sir. Progress of JNPA has been progress of India. And we've seen since 1989, BCBA has been each and every part of this journey, right from moving the first transformer in 1988. So since that time when it was a barren land, and it's a very emotional and a proud moment for all of us. Sir, it was showcased during COVID that when developed ports across the country, in developed economies and countries, were facing weeks and weeks of congestion, JNPA demonstrated to world that in India there will be no congestion. A big applause for JNPA for this no congestion. And sir, on behalf of all of us, our entire team out here is working to ensure Vadhavan Port, right from orientation, providing skill development, upskilling them, and ensuring that we will be each and every part of each and every activity of JNPA to build a mega port in India, which will make us proud. Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much, sir, for sharing those words with us. And with this, let's move ahead to our next special recognition. This is for contribution for faster clearance of container cargo at the port during 2022-23. And this goes to Food Safety and Standards Authority of India. Let's welcome the team with a huge round of applause. Ms. Preeti Chaudhary, IRS Director, and Ms. Chetna Bisre, Deputy Director. Let's welcome the two with a huge round of applause. Zordar taaliyan ho jaye. Moving on to our next special recognition, ladies and gentlemen. This is for contribution to various direct port entry DPE measures through centralized parking plaza CPP at the port during 2022-23. And we'd like to do a special recognition for Divya CPP Private Limited. A round of applause for Mr. Rajendra Sarve, Chairman and MD, and Ms. Prachi Sarve as we welcome them on stage. जोरदार तालियों से इनका स्वागत किया जाए. And next special recognition is for bringing visibility, transparency, and efficiency in logistics supply chain through Logistics Data Bank LDB services at the JN Port during 2022-23. And this goes to NICDC Logistics Data Services. A round of applause for the team right here. And a special thank you to Mr. Abhishek Chaudhary, Vice President, joining us on stage. The glint in his eyes says it all. Over to you, sir. We've been waiting to hear from you.
Good evening, sir. Good evening, everyone. As part of the Logistics Data Bank project, we keep on tracking the movement of every single container which is moving in the country. Based on this, we started the services, and JNPA was the first port in the country where we started. And just everyone has put in a lot of statistics during the course of this event. But let me tell you that in the last 5 years, there is a reduction in the dwell time at JNPA by more than 10%. And not only the dwell time, but also the port to CFS and port to ICD transit time has reduced by around 18%. And as one of our colleagues just mentioned, that during the COVID times as well, there was no stoppage of services at JNPT, and there was no delay or increase in the dwell time all across. And with the support of JNPA, we are definitely moving ahead for tracking not only the EXIM containers, but also the domestic containers, also the advanced information of the rakes, which is the requirement of the trade. That also has been approved by the railways, and we wish JNPA more and more success. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir, for joining in and sharing those words with us. With this, it's time for our next special recognition, and this is for providing prompt technical support for port development projects at JN Port during 2022-23. And the winner is Central Water and Power Research Station, CWPRS. We request Dr. Kankara, Director, and Dr. Purohit, he's a scientist, and he joins us on stage. A big round of applause for Dr. Kankara and Dr. Purohit. Congratulations to Dr. Kankara and Dr. Purohit. With this, it's time for our next special mention. This is for smooth and efficient running of JNPA SITCO, All Cargo Multi-Skill Development Center under Pradhan Mantri Kaushalya Vikas Yojana. And undoubtedly, this is for All Cargo Logistics Private Limited. A round of applause for Mr. Lalit Mohanty, Senior General Manager, and Mr. Chandrakant Patil, Manager, as they come and collect this award on behalf of the entire team. Zordar taaliyan ho jaye. A big round of applause. And to the entire team as well. Yes, this is a celebratory moment for everybody. A quick photo op right here. Mr. Lalit Mohanty, I'd request you to share a few words on behalf of the entire team.
Thank you so much. I think so as All Cargo, it's not only about the logistics that we are trying to do, but it's also like the social responsibility that we carry. This was one project that we did, we got awarded for, but the next one is coming for the tribal community as well. So we are trying to do something for the tribal community, women specifically, and women empowerment. Thank you, JNP, for acknowledging us. Thank you.
Many congratulations to you, sir, and to the entire team. With this, it's time for our next special recognition, and this is for providing primary healthcare facilities, healthcare guidance and support to truck drivers at Centralized Parking Plaza. And it goes to Uplift India Association. A round of applause for the team as they join us right here. A special thank you to Mr. Kumar Shalab, co-founder and ED. And a special thank you to Ms. Vrushali Vengurlekar, Mumbai Program Manager. And going ahead with our next special recognition, and this goes for organizing training programs in various arenas for officials of major ports at JN Port during 2022-23. It goes to Mr. Koen Corneli. A round of applause for our project manager for Port of Antwerp, Belgium. A round of applause as we welcome Koen on stage. So we can't let you go off stage without sharing your experience and your words. The mic is all yours.
Okay, good evening, beautiful India. Thanks to the team of JNPA nowadays, excuse me, we were able to train officers from all the major ports in India. Thanks a lot for the support from your teams as well, and hope to do it for a lot of more time together with JNPA in Antwerp. Thank you.
Thanks so much, sir, for sharing your words and your experience. With this, it's time to move ahead to our next special recognition, and this is for environmental planning and landscape design for rejuvenation of water bodies at JN Port during 2022-23. It goes to Grassroots Research and Consultancy. A round of applause for Grassroots, everybody, as we welcome on stage Dr. Pallavi Latka, Director, Mr. Sachin Wagmare, Project Architect, and Mr. Rajiv Goravar on stage. And going to our next special recognition, this is for operationalization of distribution franchisee, DF at JNPO during 2022-23. This goes to Shri Suhas Ambade for the entire team. A round of applause for Shri Suhas as you welcome and share the special recognition award on stage. Mr. Suhas Ambade from DF Consultants. With this, coming to our next special recognition, this is for excellence in journalism towards highlighting JNPA growth story at the port, obviously. And this goes to Editor Shipping ET Infra, Mr. P. Manoj. A round of applause for Mr. P. Manoj as he joins us on stage. And with this, it's time for a few awards. There are some really exciting awards that will follow. We'll be back after a quick 5-minute break, and we will proceed with the employee awards. These are very special awards. So we're going to take a little moment as you breathe in, the excitement and the adrenaline rush, and after which we will start off and commence with the employee awards. So we'll be back in exactly 5 minutes from now. Well, that was quite a quick break because we have, everybody back on stage. Yes, our dignitaries. And with this, it's time for the employee awards. These are truly special because they are pillars right here at JNPA. And as we celebrate 34 glorious years, it's time to celebrate these special moments with the employee awards. So, we start off with the first name on the list. We commend the outstanding performance of Deputy General Manager Traffic NJ आकोड़े जोरदार तालियों से इनका स्वागत किया जाए.
Mr. Akode is instrumental in awarding of our NSFT, which is the last terminal which we handed over to CMA, CGM and JM Bakshi. Mr. Akode is the key person who did all the work for it.
Actually, why not sir, take over.
The next award goes to Captain Manish Kumar. JNPA handled a vessel which required a large draft, which is 15.8 meters. Captain Manish Kumar was pilot for that vessel. The next award goes to Mr. Suryakant Thakur. Mr. Suryakant Thakur, who played a major role in implementation of special voluntary retirement scheme.
Can you have a loud round of applause, everybody? These are the unseen heroes right here.
The next award goes to Ambika Singh. Ambika Singh was handling very successfully JNPA's social media department.
She's always been behind the scenes and at the podium as well. Give her a loud round of applause. Zordar taaliyan ho jaye.
The next award goes to Mr. H.L. Tolani, manager. Mr. H.L. Tolani contributed for making JNPA a distribution franchise. Because of this, there was no problem for now getting open access for all the terminals of JNPA. Next award goes to Mr. Sagar Dhok. Sagar Dhok contributed towards handling MIS and preparing various reports to the ministry. He is very prompt in attending to the same, which is a commendable feat. Next award goes to Shri Suhas Kamtikar. The Ministry of Port, Shipping and Waterway launched Sagar Setu. Honorable Minister launched it. And all the development of this app was done by Mr. Kamtikar in 7 days.
Wow. Truly calls for a round of applause, everybody. Zordar taaliyan ho jaye.
The next award goes to Dr. Ramanand Zadav. Ramanand Zadav contributed in resolving environmental issues in commissioning various projects of JNPA.
And look at that sparkling smile on stage.
The next award goes to Mr. Vishwanath Gharat. Vishwanath Gharat contributed in commencement of phase 2 of 4th container terminal and also in Vadhavan project. The next award goes to Mr. Rajesh Phadke, Chief Planner, JACZ. Rajesh Phadke contributed in setting up and operationalization of port-based industrialized SEZ and also a visa portal. The next award goes to Mr. Bharat Madavi, Manager HRD. JNPA conducted orientation course for the port officers and Mr. Madavi was the key person who conducted this course.
जोरदार तालियां हो जाए. Big round of applause, everybody. It's time for his address. With this, we conclude the employee awards, but we'd like to hear from our Honorable Union Minister of Ports, Shipping and Waterways and Ayush. So may I request, before we go ahead, Honorable Minister for Ports and Mines, Government of Maharashtra, Shri Dadaji Bhuseji, to please join us at the podium and share his words. He has always been kind for all our events. He joins us and आज की शाम वो हमारे साथ यहाँ पर है अपना कीमती समय निकालकर. Thank you so much. एक बार जोरदार तालियां हो जाए everybody. Thank you sir.
JNPAच्या 34व्या वर्षाच्या निमित्ताने मी महाराष्ट्राचे लोकप्रिय मुख्यमंत्री एकनाथजी शिंदे साहेब, माननीय उपमुख्यमंत्री देवेंद्रजी फडणवीस साहेब यांच्या वतीने महाराष्ट्राच्या तमाम नागरिकांच्या वतीने हार्दिक शुभेच्छा देतो. आदरणीय सोनलालजींचं मी या ठिकाणी स्वागत करतो. सर, आप हनुमान जी के भक्त हैं, तो मैं समजता हूँ आणखी मोठी उडी येणाऱ्या काळामध्ये JNPA निश्चितपणे या ठिकाणी घेईल आणि महाराष्ट्राच्या आणि आपल्या देशाच्या विकासासाठी JNPAची मोठी भूमिका त्या ठिकाणी असेल. महाराष्ट्र शासनाच्या वतीने जे जे काही सहकार्य लागेल, जी जी भूमिका घ्यावी लागेल ती निश्चितपणे घेतली जाईल. मी आपल्या सगळ्यांचं या ठिकाणी स्वागत करतो, आपल्या सगळ्यांचं या ठिकाणी आभार व्यक्त करतो. आदरणीय मंत्री महोदयांचं मी महाराष्ट्रामध्ये या ठिकाणी स्वागत करतो. जय हिंद, जय महाराष्ट्र.
Thank you साहब. A big round of applause. जोरदार तालियां बजाओ everybody. And thank you so much sir. आप हर इवेंट पर हमेशा हमारे साथ में जुड़े हुए हैं. और इसी के साथ अब मैं Honorable Union Minister of Port, Shipping and Waterways and Ayush श्री सर्बानंद जी सोनवाल जी को यहाँ पर स्टेज पर पोडियम पर आमंत्रित करना चाहता हूँ जोरदार तालियों के साथ.
नमस्कार. आज की इस कार्यक्रम में उपस्थित हमारी महाराष्ट्र प्रदेश सरकार की माननीय मंत्री दादाजी भूसे जी, JNPA के अध्यक्ष संजय सेठी जी, उपाध्यक्ष उन्मेष वाघ जी और JNPA की सभी अधिकारी और कर्मचारी बंधुगण और आज इस सभा में उपस्थित हमारी सारी परम आदरणीय स्टेक होल्डरगण और पत्रकार बंधु, सबसे पहले मैं तो JNPA को विशेष रूप से अभिनंदन देता हूं. उन लोगों ने 34 साल की ये यात्रा को सफलपूर्वक उन्हें आगे बढ़ाया और आज हमारी देश के आदर्श बड़ी नेता, दुनिया के सबसे लोकप्रिय नेता परम आदरणीय प्रधानमंत्री नरेंद्र मोदी जी की जो विजन है उसको साकार करने के लिए हमारे मंत्रालय की तरफ से जो भी हमें दायित्व दी गई है उसको हम निष्ठापूर्वक पालन करने के लिए प्रतिबद्ध है और उसी कार्यक्रम को आगे बढ़ाने का हमारे मंत्रालय के अधीन में जो भी मेजर बोर्ड है सब लोगों ने उनको विशेष रूप से दायित्व को निभाया और इस सिलसिले में हमारे JNPA ने जो भी दुनिया में अपने नाम अपने पहचान विशेष रूप से बनाने में सफलता प्राप्त की है, इसलिए मैं आज इस सभा में विशेष रूप से हमारे अध्यक्ष सेठी जी और उपाध्यक्ष वाघा जी का साथ साथ सभी हमारे अधिकारी और कर्मचारी को विशेष रूप से अभिनंदन देता हूं। बहुत बहुत बधाई, ऐसे ही बने रहिए, क्योंकि हमें माननीय प्रधानमंत्री जी ने अगली 2047 तक हमें देश को आत्मनिर्भर बनाने के लिए उन्होंने जो लक्ष्य दी है, इस लक्ष्य प्राप्ति के लिए हमारे देश की हर नागरिक को उनकी जो भी कर्तव्य है, देश के लिए जो दायित्व है, वो निष्ठापूर्वक निभाए। तो मुझे लगता है कि इस दिशा पर हमारे JNPA ने अगले दिनों में बहुत सफलता पूर्वक वो काम कर पाएंगे। उनके पास जो काबिलियत है, जो क्षमता है और उनका पास जो निष्ठा है, यही पूंजी है। इसी पूंजी के द्वारा निश्चित रूप से हम चाहते हैं कि देश का अर्थव्यवस्था को अधिक मजबूत बनाने के सिलसिले में और हमारे देश को 5 ट्रिलियन इकोनॉमी की देश के हिसाब से खड़ा करने के लिए हमारे भारत सरकार की अलग अलग मंत्रालय के साथ, विभाग का साथ, प्रदेश सरकारों का सहयोग का जरिए और उनमें विशेष रूप से योगदान देने के लिए JNPA भी महत्वपूर्ण कदम उठाएंगे। तो आज इस सभा में विशेष रूप से मैं इसलिए मुझे खुशी मिला है, क्योंकि सेठी जी ने जो प्रेजेंटेशन प्रस्तुत की है, इस प्रेजेंटेशन में उनकी सफलता को जो छवि उभर के आए हैं, आप सब लोगों ने देखी है। और इस सारे सफलपूर्वक यात्रा में हमारे स्टेक होल्डर ने जितना भी बड़ी योगदान दी है, इसके लिए मैं आप सबको हृदय से आभार व्यक्त करना चाहता हूं, बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद देना चाहता हूं, क्योंकि ये टीम स्पिरिट का बात है। टीम इंडिया की मानसिकता में हम सबको मिलकर एकत्रित होकर देश को आगे बढ़ाने का काम करना होगा। अब माननीय प्रधानमंत्री जी ने की कुशल नेतृत्व ने आज देश को दुनिया में 5वें लार्जेस्ट इकोनॉमी के हिसाब से उन्होंने प्रतिष्ठा की है। और अगले दिनों में हम 2047 तक जब हिंदुस्तान आजादी का 100 साल मनाएंगे, उसी कालखंड में हम निश्चित रूप से भारत को एक सेल्फ रिलायंट नेशन के हिसाब से, महाशक्तिशाली देश के हिसाब से हमें खड़ा करनी होंगे। तो इस लक्ष्य को निश्चित रूप से प्राप्ति के लिए हर व्यक्ति, हर नागरिक अपने दायित्व को निष्ठापूर्वक निभाएंगे। तो मुझे आज इस सभा में ज्यादा ना बोलते हुए, क्योंकि विशेष रूप से आज आपने जो अवार्ड दी है अलग अलग स्टेक होल्डर को और हमारे पत्रकार बंधुओं को और साथ में हमारे कर्मचारी जो अधिकारी उनको भी आपने दी है, इससे क्या है, टीम स्पिरिट बनता है। इससे क्या है, सबका मन में साहस मिलता है। जब भी कोई अच्छे काम के लिए स्वीकृति मिलता है, तो इसलिए मानव शरीर में, मानव की व्यक्तित्व में जो भी गुण होते हैं, जो भी ज्ञान होते हैं, बुद्धि होता है, उनको दुगुना बढ़ाने के लिए मनोबल मिलती है। इसलिए मैं इस अवार्ड गिविंग ओकेजन को बहुत बहुत विशेष रूप से मान्यता देता हूं और सेठी साहब को इसके लिए विशेष रूप से धन्यवाद देना चाहता हूं। आप लोगों ने ये जो भी परिकल्पना प्रस्तुत की है, इससे अगले दिनों में JNPA की और भी आगे बढ़ने के लिए आज शक्ति मिल चुका है। तो मुझे आज इतना ही बोलते हुए मैं हमारे महाराष्ट्र राज्य सरकार को भी धन्यवाद देना चाहता हूं, मुंबई की जनता को भी धन्यवाद देना चाहता हूं, क्योंकि आप लोगों ने जो आदर स्नेह जो सहयोग की है पिछले 34 साल, इसकी वजह से ही आज जेएनपीए जाग उठा है। उनका कलीजा दोगुना हो गया है, साहस बढ़ गया है, शक्ति बढ़ गया है और अपने एफिशिएंसी एनहांसमेंट के सिलसिले में दुनिया की सामने अपना पहचान बनाने में सफलता प्राप्त की है। तो मैं तो चाहूंगा ऐसे ही आप सफल पूर्वक आगे बढ़ते जाइए। आपकी अमृत काल की यात्रा बड़े सफल हो, इसी उम्मीद का साथ मैं अपने भाषण को विराम देता हूं। नमस्कार, जय हिंद।
माननीय श्री सोनोवाल जी ने आज, ट्रूली व्हेन आई स्टार्टेड आई सेड मुझे इंस्पिरेशन कोड की ज़रूरत नहीं है, बट टुडे आई थिंक ही इज इंस्पायर्ड अस विद हिज वर्ड्स। थैंक यू सर, आज की शाम में आपके प्रेजेंस ने 4 चांद लगा दिए हैं। साथ ही साथ आई लाइक टू थैंक माननीय श्री दादाजी बुसे जी, ही इज़ बीन ऑलवेज काइंड, हमेशा ही हमारे इवेंट्स के लिए आते हैं। एंड अ स्पेशल थैंक यू ऑल्सो टू श्री संजय सेठी जी for making an event of this magnitude possible, and a special thank you to Shri Unmesh Sharadwag ji for always building the momentum right from the word go. तो मैं इसी के साथ ये event को complete कहता हूँ और I'd request एक photo up हो जाए sir with the fantastic 4 on stage. जोरदार तालियां हो जाए. We can't give them any award. The best that we can do for them is give them a thunderous round of applause. जोरदार तालियां हो जाए. Thank you so much, gentlemen, for making this event possible. And 34 तो नहीं, लेकिन Golden Jubilee year यहाँ पर और भी मजेदार होने वाला है and धमाकेदार होने वाला है. Congratulations to JNPA and the entire team, and thank you so much, gentlemen, for joining in. But there is a surprise in store for you, ladies and gentlemen. A very acclaimed artist entering the music scene since 2013 has been, very famous. इनका एक गाना आपने जरूर सुना होगा, कौन दिशा में. This has gone viral. जी हाँ, कौन दिशा में Instagram reels पे आपने देखा होगा. It has inspired a lot of countless reels. She is the recipient of the YouTube Next Up Winner 2019. A very acclaimed artist and a singer. Varsha Dhanwa is going to join us in a few minutes from now. तो कहीं भी मत जाइएगा, दिल थाम के बैठिए, पिक्चर अभी बाकी है. We're going to be back with a very special performance. This is RJ Rahul saying, let's wait for it. कुछ खास होने वाला है, दिल थाम के बैठिए. जी हाँ, with 1200 plus gigs under her belt, she's carved a niche for herself, and she is the voice of popular television serials and upcoming Bollywood movies. मुंबई में वर्षा का कौन इंतजार नहीं करता? Yes, लेकिन मैं बात कर रहा हूँ an acclaimed artist and singer वर्षा सिंह धनोआ, जिनका popular single कौन दिशा में yes has become a viral sensation. तो थोड़ी देर में वर्षा is going to join us on stage. दिल थाम के बैठिए और खुशी की पेटी बांध दीजिए. It's going to be very exciting. Yes, a few media bites are happening, so we request you to keep it a little low. Yes. Check. Check. Yes. Rahul. All right, ladies and gentlemen, may I request everybody to kindly take their seats and settle down. Ji haan, please be seated. Settle down a bit. Yes, we've had our moments of meet and greet, and they will continue through the night. दिल थाम के बैठिए, अब जो स्टेज पर कलाकार आने वाली हैं. She's an acclaimed artist entering the music scene since 2013, और उसके बाद there's been no looking back. With more than 1,200 plus gigs across India and the globe, she's carved a niche for herself. उनका जो latest track है, मुंबई क्या देश विदेश में हर किसी ने सुना है, क्योंकि इस ट्रैक का नाम है कौन दिशा में. It has gone viral, amassing billions of views and inspiring countless reels. May I request you to please be seated as we welcome on stage the recipient of YouTube Next Up Winner 2019 India, जिन्होंने अनगिनत television serials, upcoming Bollywood movies में अपनी आवाज दी है. I'm a person who really respects voice since I'm a radio jockey. But tonight, let's welcome the super singer, the super performer, as she mesmerizes the audience with her talent. She is an icon of the industry. Let's welcome on stage Varsha Singh Danoa. Zordar taaliyan as we welcome her on stage.
बुल्ले नू लोकी मत्ती दिंदे बुलिया आवे जा विच मसीती ओ बुल्ले नू लोकी मत्ती दिंदे बुलिया आवे जा मसीती विच मसीतां दे की कुछ हुंदे जे दिलो नमाज ना नीती बारो दोए लत्ता गोडे अंदरों राही पलती तेरा दिल खराबे मुंडे कुड़ियां सजदे करे मसीती कन्ना नू हथ लावे पहले फिर नमाज ना नीती दुनियादारा रब दे नाल वी ओ 420 तालियों से स्वागत नहीं करेंगे आप लोग हम अल्लाहू दा आवाज़ आवे बुल्ली नी फकीर दी विचों बुल्ली नी फकीर दी विचों अल्लाहू दा आवाज़ आवे बुल्ली नी दी विचों बुल्ली नी फकीर दी विचों अल्लाहू दा आवाज़ आवे अल्लाहू दा आवाज़ आवे बुल्ली नी फकीर दी विचों बुल्ली नी फकीर दी विचों अल्लाहू दा आवाज़ आवे बुल्ली नी फकीर दी विचों बुल्ली नी फकीर दे विचों ना कर बंदिया तेरी मेरी ना कर बंदिया तेरी ओ ना कर बंदिया तेरी मेरी ना कर बंदिया तेरी मेरी दम दम सा कोई ना बसा कोई ना अल्लाहू दा आवाज़ आवे बुल्ली नी फकीर दी विचों बुल्ली नी फकीर दी विचों अल्लाहू दा आवाज़ आवे बुल्ली नी फकीर दी विचों बुल्ली नी फकीर दे विचों Thank you so much. कौन दिशा में लेके चला रे बटोहिया कौन दिशा में हो कौन दिशा में लेके चला रे बटोहिया कौन दिशा में लेके बड़ी हाकन दे, हाकन दे। कौन दिशा में लेके चला रे बटोहिया, कौन दिशा में। मैं तो गाती रहूंगी, बट मैं ये जानना चाहती हूँ कि आप लोगों को क्या सुनना है। ओके फजा भी है जवां जवां, हवा भी है रवां रवां, सुना रहा है ये समा, सुनी सुनी सी दास्तां, बुझी मगर बुझी न जान कैसी प्यास है, बुझी अगर बुझी नहीं, न जान कैसी प्यास है। करार दिल से आज भी न दूर है न पास है, ये खेल धूप छाँव का, ये पर्वतें ये दूरियां, सुना रहा है ये समा, सुनी सुनी सी दास्तां, फजा भी है जवां जवां। जो बरसे सपने बूंद बूंद नैनों जो बरसे सपने बूंद बूंद नैनों को बूंद बूंद कैसे मैं चलूं देख ना सकूं अनजाने रास्ते
जैसा है कोई एक तारा जैसा है कोई एक तारा जैसा है कोई एक तारा धीरे बोल कोई एक तारा धीरे बोल कोई एक तारा जैसा है कोई एक तारा जैसा है कोई एक तारा ये मलंग तेरा एक तारा वे मलंग तेरा एक तारा जैसा है कोई एक तारा जैसा है कोई एक तारा
थोड़ा सा रिवर्ब अगर बढ़ा देंगे तो ये जो नेक्स्ट गाना मैं गाने जा रही हूँ आई एम श्योर सबको आता होगा ये और मैं चाहती हूँ कि आप लोग थोड़ा सा तो गुनगुनाए मेरे साथ हमको मिली है आज घड़ियां नसीब से जी भर के देख लीजिए हमको करीब से फिर आपके नसीब में ये रात हो न हो शायद फिर इस जन्म में मुलाकात हो न हो लग जा गले कि फिर हंसी रात हो न हो शायद फिर इस जन्म में लग जा गले से आशा ये कि हम नहीं आएंगे बार बार बाहें गले में डाल के हम रोए ज़ार ज़ार आँखों से फिर ये प्यार की बरसात हो न हो शायद फिर इस जन्म में मुलाकात हो न हो लग जा गले से This is for you. It's a okay. This is for him. मुबारक तुम्हीं के तुम किसी के नूर हो गए
check.
हाँ मुबारक है तुम्हें तुम किसी के नूर हो गए मुबारक है तुम्हें तुम किसी के नूर हो गए किसी के इतने पास हो कि सबसे दूर हो गए अजीब रास्ता है कहाँ शुरू कहाँ खत्म ये मंजिलें हैं कौन सी ना वो समझ सके न हम अजीब रास्ता है I want you to sing second antra of this song. इतने पास हो कि सबसे दूर हो गए ला 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 zuu 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 पी ले इसे इसमें नशा जिसने पिया वो गम में भी हंसा कैसी पहेली है ये कैसी पहेली जिंदगानी कैसी पहेली है ये कैसी पहेली जिंदगानी थामा था होकर इसमें किसने हाँ ये तो बहता पानी कैसी पहेली है ये कैसी पहेली जिंदगानी ला 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 zuu 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 la 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 पी ले इसे इसमें नशा जिसने पिया वो गम में भी हंसा झुकी झुकी सी नजर बेकरार है कि नहीं दबा दबा सा सही दिल में प्यार है कि नहीं झुकी झुकी सी नजर दबा दबा सा सही वो पल के जिसमें मोहब्बत जवान होती है वो पल के जिसमें मोहब्बत जवान होती है दबा दबा सा सही दिल में प्यार है कि नहीं झुकी झुकी सी नजर बेकरार है कि नहीं दबा दबा सा सही दिल में प्यार है कि नहीं झुकी झुकी सी नजर सी सी आज जाने की जिद ना करो आज जाने की जिद ना करो यूं ही पहलू में बैठे रहो यूं ही पहलू में बैठे रहो आज जाने की जिद ना करो आज जाने की जिद ना करो तुम
बरपा थोड़ी सी जो पीली है डाका तो नहीं डाला डाका तो नहीं डाला चोरी तो नहीं की है हंगामा क्यों बरपा थोड़ी टमाटम कलंदर नीला पहला नंबर टमाटम कलंदर नीला छाप तिलक सब छीन रे मोसे नैना मिले ओ छाप तिलक छीन रे मोसे नैना मिले ओ सैना मिले टेन ओ क्लॉक हो गया है, मुझे तो पता ही नहीं चला, अभी तो शुरू किया था मैंने। एनीवे, मैं हूँ वर्षा सिंह धनोआ। आप सबको अपनी आवाज़ सुना के मुझे तो अच्छा लगा, बट आप लोगों को कितना अच्छा लगा वो आप लोग मुझे अभी अपनी तालियों से बता दीजिए प्लीज।
एक आर्टिस्ट के लिए सबसे बड़ा अवार्ड तालियों की गूंज होती है। जोरदार तालियां हो जाए एवरीबॉडी। बिग 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 लाउड ऑफ
तो बस मैं अपने टीम मेंबर्स को इंट्रोड्यूस करना चाहूंगी सबके सामने। चिंटू जी ऑन गिटार, Abhishek Mistry on the piano, Jayan Patnaik on the percussion, and Maddie Sharma on the guitar. और मेरा नाम मत भूलिएगा, मैं हूँ वर्षा सिंह धनोआ और बहुत अच्छा लगा यहाँ पे आके। थैंक यू सो मच एवरीबॉडी।
जी हाँ, एक होते हैं MSD, आप हैं VSD। वेल वेल वेल, थैंक यू सो मच वर्षा। हमेशा से वर्षा का इंतजार रहता है इन मुंबई, एंड थैंक यू बीन अ स्प्लेंडेड परफॉर्मर। थैंक यू सो मच एंड विशिंग यू मेनी मोर सच रील मोमेंट्स, बिकॉज आपका गाना रील्स पे एक ट्रेंड बन चुका है। सो अ बिग कंग्रेचुलेशंस
थैंक यू सो
एंड अ बिग थैंक यू ऑन behalf of the entire JNPA team. We thank everybody for their presence and thank you so much, sir, for doing such a lovely evening for us. To every member of the shipping industry, yes, 34 years complete हो चुके हैं, लेकिन हर साल हम celebrate करेंगे and the Golden Jubilee is going to be absolutely fantastic. Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen, for your presence this lovely evening. Arjun Rahul signing off on behalf of the entire team. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.